So today I want to talk about mentorship and reciprocity, and basically this idea of what it is to have a mentor versus having a teacher, and how it is that students can give back to their mentors or even their teachers and influences without kind of just running off with the information they're given. I wanted to talk about this just because there's been a lot of cases lately that I've seen where people are kind of confused on how to give back to the people that give to them, and also others who just kind of run off and do their own thing after somebody so graciously helps them. So I thought it was kind of important to talk about a few of these things, and the best way that I can think to talk about it is to tell my story. When I came up in the DMV area, I was a b-boy and a popper. This is early 2000s, and I was self-taught, and I had influences from music videos and other dancers in the scene. I had a few teachers. For example, Manny Frost was one of my first teachers for b-boying, and we went to a lot of events together and things like that. And I tried some workshops here and there, Philadelphia Legends Festival, you know, different things in the city in DC. And basically, like, as a student, you're going on this journey to find your path, right? Everybody's searching for their artistic growth in different places, and we have influences from all different types of things. But like in 2005 is when I met Rashaad, who is my main mentor. One of my other biggest mentors is Junius Brickhouse. We're all an Assassin's crew together here, based out of DC. And when I met Rashaad in 2005, we just had a mutual friend who kind of introduced us. We had a practice session together in somebody's house, and that was also the year that I was moving to California. So it was just a quick introduction. Met him briefly. When I moved to California, you know, I was entering competitions out there and dancing with people in LA, locals, and doing events and all types of things, but we always stayed in touch. Every summer I would go home for summer vacation from school, and after the 2006 Unity and Respect in Boston is when Rashaad and I really linked up, and we started practicing together that summer. And this is the time when I found my mentor. This is the time when I figured out what the difference between a teacher and an influence and a mentor was. So prior to that, I had people that maybe I paid them for a workshop. They gave me a little bit of information in movement, maybe a little bit in thought, not that much. And then the relationship ended there. That's kind of how a teacher works. A teacher is somebody, you go in a class, you pay them, they give you their skill set, they teach you some moves, and then it's kind of over from there, unless you keep going back and paying them. But that's kind of what a teacher is, you know. And if that's what you want, then that's okay, you know. Influences are just people that we watch and we're inspired by, or someone that like shared a few tips and some knowledge with us and some of their experiences with us, and we got inspired by that. But that relationship doesn't necessarily continue on. But what Rashaad taught me and what I found in that summer of '06 was mentorship. So Rashaad didn't just teach me movement. This guy was teaching me thought. He was teaching me how to be myself. He was teaching me how to treat people. He was teaching me how to treat myself in a way, because actually at that time I had some ego things going on. You know, I thought I was winning contests already since like 2003. So I thought, you know, I was on my high horse, you know. And he's the first person to actually humble me and say, hey, you know, I think you should think about that in a different way. And I believe a mentor is somebody that does what Rashaad did for me, you know. It's a person that influences you in your life outside of dance. For us, dance is like this big. what we do in movement is this much of who we are, and the rest of what we do and who we are will actually influence your dance and make you a better dancer and a better artist. But it's the way that you think and the way that you act and the way that you live that will really have the most influence. And that's where Rashaad came in. He taught me how to be culture first, movement second. He taught me how to appreciate history more. You know, he was the guy showing me all these people that I'd never seen and being like, yo, check this guy out. Nobody's doing it like this. Nobody's doing it like that. You know, he helped me to build my own styles. He taught me how to create foundation, how to create movement, you know. And he taught me how to practice. He taught me how to cipher. You know, he taught me how to be, you know, respectful in the cipher and to be respectful to my teachers and my influences and give them the props that they do deserve, you know, because I was accomplishing so many things. A lot of people don't know that when I won Just Debut in 2007, that I was heavily influenced by Rashaad at that time. My style had a lot of tuts at that time. That's when I was doing a lot of those bent over tuts and doing the upside down tuts and things like that. But that tutting style was me. But the other half of the way that I moved, my boogie, my groove at that time, was all influenced by Rashaad. Okay, so like, I just want to put that out there because I don't think a lot of people know that. Like, since '06, Rashaad has been the guy that's been teaching me in thought first. So that's basically what a mentor is. You know, my job as a student is very simple. If you're a student and you have a mentor, you have to reciprocate in some way. You know, nobody likes to be treated like they're giving you their all and giving you a piece of themselves and receiving nothing in return. It's a terrible feeling, and I've experienced it plenty of times myself. You know, we give so much to people. You know, we give more than our art. We give ourselves as people, and we teach them, you know, tools to better themselves and tools to find themselves in their own right. And when students don't reciprocate that back in any way, it can be pretty rough. You know, it doesn't feel very good. It's not something that anybody's very excited about. As a student, consistency is important. Loyalty is important. Giving back is important, and that can be done in so many ways. It doesn't have to be about, oh, I want to teach you a move too. No, it doesn't work like that a lot of the time, because the person teaching you has the experience and they're giving you those experiences in movement, you know. But how consistent are you? How often do you stick up for your team? How often do you, you know, stand up for your mentors and your teachers and have their back 100%? You know, how often do you just give them a call and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, these little things like that are so important, and they keep building a healthy relationship, because a mentorship is a friendship, you know, and the idea is to build together as a team. And the more mentor-mentee relationships you have going on, the more you can build a unified team, you know, and people that stand for something and believe in something and work together to create a greater good in the community. You know, I know that this mentality comes from urban artistry, from Junius, my other mentor. This idea of, you know, treating each other right, taking care of each other, backing each other up, having each other's backs in situations that might not be the easiest times to do that, but actually through having each other's backs, we grow together and we get stronger, you know. And that idea is what we call community. That's community building, when you stand up for each other and you stand for something, you know. And dance is just the thing that brings us all together. But these friendships, these relationships that we build, the cultures that we talk about, the histories we talk about, the things we believe in dance and art, these are the things that build the community. So, you know, I'm really proud to be a part of urban artistry and Assassin's Crew, and this whole idea of the mentorship program that we have going on has built countless leaders. You know, the best teachers will teach their students to lead. They'll teach them to teach themselves. And that's what we're doing in our group, you know, and that's why we're so strong and why we stick together. And that's why our students are doing great things and people in our group are doing great things is because there's a support system. You know, we have each other's back, we stand for each other. If it was just one of us, people would be tearing us down left and right. No matter what you do in life, people are going to hate on you. Whether you're doing great things or terrible things, people are going to dislike what you do if you're doing something and if you stand for something. So to have that support system is super, super important. And that's why personally I feel like a mentorship is the most important relationship that you can have, like in an artistic setting. Like, you need to learn to treat your mentors right, to go to them when you need advice, and to trust in their opinions, you know, and trust in their words and what they have to say. You know, if you're just doing your own thing, if you're about yourself in this culture, in this community, you will last this long. It won't take very long for you to get hot and drop off the charts. We've seen it countless times again, you know. But when you build that mentorship, when you build that community, now we're talking about longevity. We're talking about people that will be around for years to come, becoming OGs, our older generation dancers that can influence the youth. You know what I mean? So that's just basically my take on mentorship and having a teacher and an influence and different ways to give back. I think it's just something that we don't talk about enough that's really important. You know, there's a lot of people out there, and I know you guys know, in every community, I'm talking jukin', I'm talking hip hop, poppin', breakin', house, lockin', you name it. Like, there's people out there that are doing great things and not talking about the people that helped them get there. And in my opinion, it's wrong. You know, you have to have some integrity and you have to have some humility and talk about the people that got you to where you are, that made you who you are. You know, if you can't do that, it doesn't say much for you as a person. You know what I mean? People don't like to trust people like that, and I sure as hell wouldn't either. Yeah. So that being said, I want to throw this out there. I want to challenge people to talk about their influences, talk about their mentors, talk about people that have taught them things. And I want to see, like, you guys can talk about it, you can write about it, but talk about those people, you know, and let me know, how do you give back to the people that helped you? You know, that's the question I have for you all. So yeah, let me see what you guys got. All right, peace. Future Assassins crew, checking out.